Hello and welcome back to Old Truthford, the home of honestly biased sports content. How are we doing, folks? Keith, yes, another live stream. Let's pray for Zero Cook streams tonight. I'm going to be honest. Today's morning, I was on the phone to the head Wi-Fi company in Old Truthford, the town of Old Truthford. And I'll be honest, there were a few here, there was a few there, but you know, had to be done. And yeah, hopefully there will be no more outages for the land of Old Truthford when it comes to Wi-Fi. But let's get into the news. Let's get into what we've got here. So, first things first, let's move over to Twitter. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to carry on with a few stories from yesterday because the stream did get cut a little short due to connectivity issues, let's say. So first things first, Gary Neville on the Manchester United dressing room. The players really like Ruben Amorim. They like him a lot. So it's good to see that obviously Amorim's still getting the support of the players. I mean, there's no reason for them not to like him, given the fact that he's led them to winning 3 games in a row for the first time in how long? I mean, a year, 2 years? Ridiculous. But moving on, Stephen Bartlett here. So Stephen Bartlett at the United ground, I believed, was asked who would he like to interview, and he said, I'm hoping to interview Ruben Amorim if he is around here somewhere. Sir Jim as well. I saw he just walked past me, so hopefully I'm going to interview Sir Jim at some point. If you guys can help make that happen, I would appreciate it. Who would you like to see me interview? One United player. I think fans might say Harry Maguire, because he's had an unbelievable arc over the last couple of years. I think personally it would be interesting to see Harry Maguire get interviewed, but at the same time, I think if Maguire's going to be all closed off, because obviously he doesn't tend to share that much, Harry Maguire, in his interviews. He does seem quite closed off. He'll say that he struggled, but he won't go into the details of it. So I don't know if he would make the best interview with Stephen Bartlett. I think they would either say Maguire or maybe Bruno, because he is captain and he tends to speak his mind. Yeah, I think Bruno Fernandes would be interesting, but then at the same time, he is club captain. So is he gonna say any outlandish stuff? I doubt it. Who would be a good United player to get interviewed, and they'd be open to actually sharing some things? I'm trying to think who in the squad would actually be an interesting player to interview. I feel like Casemiro, if he could speak English, would be such... Well, he can speak English, but I don't know how good his English is. But I feel like Casemiro would be such a good interview for Diary of a CEO. Because obviously, to go from Real Madrid winning 5 Champions Leagues to this United squad, I mean, he must have a lot of opinions on how things have been run over the past few years. So it'd be very interesting to see what Casemiro thought. What else do we have? Man United players have won Premier League Player of the Match week in back-to-back weeks. So first Harry Maguire versus Liverpool, now Mbeumo versus Brighton. Let's face it, Manchester United are on the crest of a wave right now. We are the dog's bollocks, in other words. We're doing really well. Nothing can go wrong. But what I am worried about is this Nottingham Forest game. I am releasing a preview video tomorrow morning around like 7 a.m. So hits people's inboxes when they wake up. But yeah, I'm worried about this Nottingham Forest game, in all honesty. I think that this could be the thing that bursts our bubble, but I'm hoping it won't be. No bleeps for a curse word. Finally, we get what we wanted. Come on, bollocks isn't a curse word. Come on now. Hope you're doing well though, Keith. Angelo Stiller has been on Manchester United's shortlist of players monitored for years. Jason Wilcox is understood to be one of the influential figures around Europe who has monitored Stiller more over recent years, so Manchester United is surely very attentive to him and his development. Stiller is one of the names on the list, but not the only one, as Carlos Baleba and more players are also being followed. So a lot of people making a lot of these Stiller links, but as far as what Fabrizio Romano is saying to us here, he's just a name on a list, so no need to get overcommitted or over infused with the Stiller news. Can we get him a nose job? Cap Kirk, you absolute troll, mate. Go back under your bridge. Go back under your bridge, you troll. Goodness me. Come on. It's not that big. Sweet Jesus. Oh my God, it's taken up the entire screen. Okay, moving on. Brian Mbuemo, when asked about his idol growing up, Hazard. I think that makes a lot of sense, to be honest. Do you know what? I want to look something up. I'm just looking something up on Transfermarkt, because a lot of people were making a lot of the fact that Hazard has been inducted into the Premier League Hall of Fame, and yet he's only scored 85 goals. So what I want to see is how many goals does Brian Mbuemo currently have in the Premier League? Okay, so he's scored 4 goals in his first season, 9 goals in his next 2 seasons, and 20 goals in his last season. So that is 42, 46. So Brian Mbuemo has already scored over half of the goals that Eden Hazard scored in the Premier League. Crazy numbers. I mean, he's well on his way to just completely smashing Hazard's Premier League numbers. So will he end up having a better legacy than his idol? I mean, I feel like Hazard gets more credit than he's due, because Chelsea don't really have too many like idols when it comes to like winger positions. Like, you think of obviously Frank Lampard, Chelsea icon. You think of Didier Drogba, Chelsea icon, Petr Cech in goal. But when you think of a Chelsea winger, I mean, Hazard's really the only one that comes to mind. I mean, you could say Arjen Robben played for them, but still, I mean, I think Hazard's the only winger that comes to mind when it comes to Chelsea, and I think that's why he gets more credit than I personally think that he deserves. Don't get me wrong, great player, but Hazard, I mean, yeah. If we paid for Ronaldo's teeth back in the day, I'm sure we can sort out a nose job for Stiller. Did we actually pay for Ronaldo's teeth? Is that a true story? Bro, I actually think Hazard is being overpraised, to be honest. Yes, he was a very, very good player, but count the trophies he won. He didn't exactly turn the Premier League on fire. This is what I'm saying, Keith. I think personally, the psychological reason of why people rate Hazard so highly is that Chelsea don't have too many icons, so then that's why he's been praised. Because I mean, I remember when he went to Real Madrid for like 120 mil or whatever it was, and I was just like, he's only getting like 9 or 10 goals a season, and yet he was going for 120 mil. Same thing for Coutinho going to Barcelona from Liverpool. I was like, his goal involvements aren't actually that good. How do they justify these crazy transfer fees? But yeah, I think Coutinho is much worse, but I think Hazard, yeah, really confusing. I honestly think Brian Mbuemo could have a better Premier League career by the time that he's finished than Eden Hazard. So he could probably have a better career than his idol. I'd say Czech is a Chelsea idol, and don't forget Mr. Freedom, Jadon Sancho. Czech is definitely a Chelsea idol. So's what is it? So Czech, Lampard, Drogba. Those are the first three players, and probably Hazard. So those are the four players that come to mind. Maybe John Terry as well. John Terry, to be fair. But yeah, I don't think they've got that many icons who have been forwards. In the Premier League era, over the past 10 years, I'd say Diego Costa rather, Hazard. Who else have we got? Drogba, obviously. But yeah, not too many. Also, yes, admin, we did pay for Ronaldo's teeth. Fergie had to set it up for him to fix his teeth, paid for by the club. That is insane. That's a crazy story. Drogba, Czech, and Lampard miles above Hazard. Yep, agreed. But as long as he motivated Brian Mbeumo to become the stellar footballer he is today, I'm happy. I'm very happy. Mark Clattenburg. So again, this is pretty old news at this point because it is from yesterday, but just thought I'd go through it on today's live stream because last one's was a bit choppy, to say the least. But Mark Clattenburg came out speaking on Ahmad's penalty against Brighton, saying, I was surprised that Anthony Taylor, a very experienced referee, didn't award this as a penalty. It's a clear trip. I think this is where Anthony Taylor's seniority within the VAR group might have made others hesitant to interfere with his original decision. So that in itself is ridiculous because just because a referee is experienced on the pitch, now we've got to worry about them intimidating the refs in the VAR room. Like, it's your job to highlight errors in the VAR room. It shouldn't matter if the referee is like, I don't know, 10 times more experienced. Like, a mistake is a mistake. It's not like just because you're a more experienced ref that you can't make mistakes. So that's absolutely shocking to hear. This is a decision he clearly got wrong, in my opinion. It was a definite penalty for a trip, and I believe Manchester United should have been awarded it through VAR intervention. They talk about clear and obvious errors. I think most referees would see that as a penalty. Very true. Very true. SEN and John Obi, McKelman, two absolute elite players for Chelsea. You're going a far way back, though, aren't you, for those players with SEN and John Obi Mikel? I mean, going a far way back there. Also, some wholesome moments from yesterday where Manchester United, I believe it was like, what's the day called? I think it's like Happy Manchester United Day or something. It's some sort of like day where Manchester United players will take photos and spend some time with, I don't know the politically correct way of saying it, but I think essentially disabled or less abled, whatever you want to say, children. May not be the case. These children might be perfectly fine. So apologies if they are and I've mischaracterized them. But I believe it's to help obviously raise spirits and yeah, a lot of players have come out speaking about this day and have said a lot of positive things about it. I believe I've got some more stories on that soon. United hope to move into their stadium in time for the 2030-2031 season. Okay, so we're looking at 8, 9. We're looking at 5 seasons away, 5.5 seasons away from moving into that new stadium. I hope that this actually happens because that stadium, it looks mint, man. It looks really cool. I do prefer it with the circus tent that people keep saying is a circus tent, but even though it's a canopy. But yeah, I'm a big fan of it. I really like it. Ruben Amorim taking photos with the kids. Brian Mbeumo saying it's a wonderful experience to participate in Dream Day. Okay, that's what it's called, Dream Day. I think they could have been a bit more inventive with the name, but either way, Dream Day. Being able to meet the families, take photos and sign jerseys. I'm simply grateful to be here and to be able to put smiles on their faces. Things you love to see. And that's the right attitude you should have because, I mean, having an attitude of being grateful to meet the fans. Obviously, you're putting smiles on faces, like Mbuemo says. Like, how often can normal people or like average people just walk into a room and then just put a smile on someone's face because of their profession? Like, I mean, it's a really powerful thing, and shout out to the players for doing it. Benjamin Sheshko also commented on it, saying it's a very special moment for us because it allows us to bring smiles back to the fans and answer their questions. I know it means a lot to them, but it does them good. It's a real joy to be able to give back a little and help however I can. Again, great attitude. Can't argue with that. Bruno Fernandes, as players, it's important to take part in these kinds of days. It's always a pleasure to see the children's smiles when they meet us. We all feel the love and support they give us. Sharing these moments with them is what really matters. Children are the future, man. Children are the future. Shout out to the players for taking part in Dream Day. What do we have here? Flex, you can't write this. We're rubbish for ages and argue. Now we win 3 in a row and we argue about if there's been any changes or not. Well, I mean, we're not arguing over if there's been changes or not. We're arguing over the Twitter tacticos trying to take credit for Amorim's accomplishments with Manchester United. So it's it's a bit of a sticky one, you could say. But I think honestly, I am one of them. I am a content creator myself, so I know. But these people who try and take credit for Amorim's tweaks and then saying, "Oh yeah, we wanted him to change the formation of the system, and he's done it," and he makes one little tactical tweak to his system, and then they're taking credit for it now, even though they were saying, "Oh yeah, he needs to change from a back 3." That was their original stance. They said if he doesn't change this formation, then he's going to get sacked. He didn't change the formation. All he did was literally like put tweaks in, like, oh, okay, let's kick long balls instead of playing it out from the back, and move people in narrower, so then we're harder to break down. And people are trying to take credit for that. These Twitter tacticos, it's really quite cringe, in all honesty, because they're trying to save face from when they said, "Oh, Amorim needs to change, otherwise he's going to get sacked." Even though he hasn't changed the things that they were asking him to change, but they're trying to say he's changed under the umbrella of yeah. So like, you could argue that like, even if he didn't change anything and he just made a different sub or put someone new in the starting 11, they would still take credit for that. So not good, in my opinion. Not good at all when the fans try to take credit away from the manager. What do we have here? Brian Mbuemo has made 141 off-ball runs in behind defences in the Premier League this season, 19 more than any other player. He is an absolute machine. He is genuinely an absolute machine, man. He doesn't stop running, and he doesn't give up. He doesn't let it deter him. I mean, other players, cough, cough, Marcus Rashford, cough, cough. If they weren't played through, their head would go down and they'd think, why am I making these runs in behind? I'm not being found. Where? Whereas Mbuemo, even if he's not found, he's still making these runs, 19 more than any other player. Shout out to him. Shout out to Brian Mbuemo for not giving up. Bruno Fernandes has created the most chances in the Premier League this season, 24, since his Man United debut in February 2020. He's created 115 more chances than any other player across Europe's Big 5 leagues. Generational talent. No other way to look at it. Generational talent, Mr. Bruno Fernandes. Ruben Amorim is insisting on keeping Kobbie Mainoo and Joshua Zirkzee at Manchester United in January. He wants as many players as possible available for the second half of the season. I mean, realistically, why would we let 2 of our squad players go in Jan for us to have to replace them? It makes no sense. So Do I think that this is going to affect their future relationships with Amorim? Potentially. I am working on a Kobe Manu video right now that should be out on Sunday. But yeah, I don't know. It's a hard one. It's a hard one for Ruben Amorim because come on. Surely everyone can see that we're not going to let them go, because how are we going to replace two players? And they're going to get game time as well. They are going to get more game time with AFCON coming up. More so Xerxes probably than Manu. But he's only 20 years old. What else do we have? Since the 27th of September, Liverpool have lost more games than any other side in Europe's Big Five leagues in all competitions. Worrying. Wow. So out of all of the top 5 leagues, imagine all of the top 5 leagues. So you've got Italy, you've got the French league, you've got Bundesliga, Spain, Spanish league, obviously. And out of all of those leagues, guys, so imagine how crap some of the teams are in those leagues. Like, imagine how crap the bottom team in, let's say, the bottom team in the French league or the Italian league is. So, let's see. So, Liverpool are statistically have worse form than... They have worse form than Genoa in Serie A, which is crazy. Fiorentina are 19th in Serie A. I've just seen that. David De Gea not having a good time there, I guess. What else do we have? Ruben Amorim, I have zero fear of losing any job. My biggest fear is not winning games. I enjoyed to be here. There's not another club like this. So it gives you strength to fight for the opportunity. I need to fight every day to maintain my job. Shout out to Ruben Amorim. I mean, again, that is the right mindset, because if you did fear losing your job, or you feared failure and all of this sort of stuff, you don't act like you normally would. So I understand what he's saying here. He's saying he fears the short term of not winning games. He fears, the match on Saturday. He fears how we're going to play in that moment, but he doesn't fear the future because he can't control the future. If he feared, I'm going to lose my job before Christmas, then he's focusing on that time point instead of the moment that he's in right now, which is a position where he can still win games. So why focus on a bleak future when you can focus on an optimistic present? So very stoic there of Ruben Amorim. Okay, we've seen the chances with Bruno Fernandes. Big news today as well from the world of ex-United players. Paul Scholes has quit football punditry to look after his autistic son. So I mean, you got to give credit where credit's due. I mean, like, a lot of professionals would probably use work as an excuse to get out of having to be so emotionally available for their family. And the idea that Paul Scholes is stepping back from his career in order to look after his son, I mean, that's what you would expect from a father. So yeah, shout out to Paul Scholes, man. I mean, he's doing right by his family, and you've only got to respect that. Jason Wilcox also came out in an interview today, going through a few key insights at Manchester United and Ruben Amorim's time. So he was asked a number of things by the interviewer. One was Manchester United's performances this season. This is what he had to say. We were disappointed, if I can speak, we were disappointed with our performance against Brentford, but in the other matches we showed progress with some very good spells of play. We need to keep going like that and not get carried away. His marriage ended also, so you have to give him credit for focusing on his son. I would have done the same and almost did do the same with my job. Fair play, Keith. Fair play, man. I think it's funny because, like, I mean, these days a lot of people put a lot of emphasis on careers and yeah, personal glory, personal feats, personal accomplishments, but the things where people get the most satisfaction out of life and the most gratification out of life, the most enjoyment, the most accomplishment out of life is when they're doing things for others. So it's very interesting. It's very interesting how people in today's world don't care. They literally don't care about doing things for other people because they think they justify it by but if I just keep doing this for myself, then I can help them. But then at the same time, they're neglecting the people, and in that time that they've kept telling themselves that they're doing this to help them, they've completely ignored the thing that they could do to help them. So yeah, good on you, good on Scholes, and family first, always. What else do we have? Jason Wilcox on United's new signings. They adapted very quickly. Obviously, Brian Mbeumo and Matheus Cunha come from the Premier League, so it's a quick transition. For Benji and Sen, we are very satisfied with their adaptation. So yeah, again, more positive news coming out from Manchester United. So Jason Wilcox recently attended a first team training session as well. So it's not as though that he's just watching the games and that's how he's coming to these conclusions. Like, he's watching them on the training ground and he's seeing if they are adapting quick enough. So yeah, it's good to see that. We both know, well, we all know Brian Mbeumo and Matheus Cunha have transitioned quickly into the team because they have performed well all season so far. Whereas for Sen and Benji, it's still open doors on how their United career is going to go. I mean, they're new to the leagues. Sen started very well. Sesko took a couple of games, but then obviously has got a couple of goals and an assist now. But yeah, Jason Wilcox is someone who I do pin down as a very honest person. That's one thing I'm noticing with all of the Manchester United hierarchy. I feel like Jason Wilcox is very honest in his interviews. I feel as though Ruben Amorim is maybe too honest. And Sir Jim, I think he's as honest as he can be, being an owner, but at the same time, I think he's a billionaire. He knows how to lie. I will forever put my wife and son first before anything else, except for Old Truthford live streams. Hooray! That gets a round of applause. We'll also pin, except for Old Truthford live streams. Very good, Keith. Very good. Jason Wilcox as well. Yep, so we've read that one out. What else? Jason Wilcox on the general mood at Manchester United. We are very optimistic. We are on the right track. We have a clear plan. There will inevitably be obstacles, but it's important to stay calm. I see the intensity in training, how they train, the communication. On scoring more goals, we brought in very talented players, but when you score, it's not just for guys up front, it's the way you play, the playing identity, the daily work of Ruben Amorim. So yeah, giving credit to the coach there. Wilcox is actually shining a shining light within the club right now. He's doing one hell of a job behind the scenes. I think he is as well. And yeah, completely agree. I think he really stepped up as well, though, when we had all of that drama with Dan Ashworth and everything. I mean, people forget that Jason Wilcox essentially just took his role on top of what he was already doing. So Jason Wilcox deserves a lot of credit for that. And yeah, more power to him. But it's good to see that he's given the coach credit there as well, saying, like, people see the goals, they see the players, but they don't see the fact that all of the goals come from a result of the work that Amorim is doing on the training ground every single day. So yeah, shout out Ruben Amorim. Jason Wilcox on the expectation at Manchester United right now. Wait a sec. Admin, did we ever actually find out what happened with Ashworth? So what happened? I don't know. We haven't heard the details. There was a bunch of news stories, Keith. So like stories came out from David Ornstein, I believe, as well as like Laurie Whitwell, saying that I think, what was it? So Ashworth was there to greet Amorim when he first came, because there's all the photos of Omar Barada, Wilcox, and Ashworth greeting him. But then I think he booked a holiday, or he wanted to go on holiday in Amorim's second week, and Sir Jim didn't see very kindly to that. I think they also had a clash of personalities, Sir Jim and Dan Ashworth, but I don't think Sir Jim rated Ashworth's knowledge / his work rate. I also think that a report came out saying that Ashworth wanted to go towards more of a British coach type of person, like Gareth Southgate, or who else was it? It was Gareth Southgate or someone else who was British. Maybe I think it was Graham Potter. But Omar Barada, the CEO, said we need to go for Ruben Amorim because, again, these are all rumours, but from pretty good sources. So apparently, Omar Barada said we need to go for Ruben Amorim because I've just come from City, and City wanted Ruben Amorim to replace Pep, so we need to get him in before they get him in, and yeah, so Jim opted with Omar Barada instead of Dan Ashworth, and Dan Ashworth, I believe, had the title Director of Football at that point, so it was a bit confusing for him. I don't think he took that very well. Then yeah, Dan Ashworth wanted to go on holiday. Also, what played a role in the Ashworth sacking was the fact that Ashworth pretty much gave Ten Hag a lot of control over the signings. And so Jim thought, oh, okay, well, we're bringing the Director of Football in to like kind of help the manager, but not just sign who they want. And yeah, so Jim came out and said, we hired a lot of, or we signed a lot of players that weren't really what we were looking for in a footballing terms, because we gave too much power to the manager, and Ashworth was held responsible for that. Example being Joshua Zirkzee, I believe, and maybe Ugarte as well. I don't know if Ugarte was an Ineos signing or not, but yeah, so there were a few things. It was mainly the holiday, the transfer business, and also the fact that Dan Ashworth wanted to go on holiday like a week into Amorim's new term as Manchester United manager. I don't think Sir Jim rated that, and he thought it was quite a critical time to be around the new manager. So yeah. The only stories I heard was that he didn't fit the culture and that he wanted to appoint Southgate as a manager. I did do a video on Dan Ashworth when it first went down. Most successful video on the channel, by the way. It got like 12k views. But check that out if you want a quick update on what happened with Ashworth. It's like 4 minutes long. And yeah, I pretty much went through all the stories on like why he was sacked. But yeah, insane really. People have completely forgotten about the Ashworth saga, and I don't blame them, because bloody tragic what happened with him. But yeah, moving on with Jason Wilcox. On the expectations at Manchester United now, we're sticking with 3 wins in a row, and now we have to win a 4th match. If we want to bring this club back to the top, we have to be demanding. So it's funny because in the Jason Wilcox interview, something that I've noticed with his quotes is he kind of just reiterates what Amorim says as well. Like, and I want to highlight how important, again, I might do a video on this. I want to highlight how important it is that we are hearing the same message from the manager, from the owner, from the, I don't know if Jason Wilcox is director of football now, what his title is, technical director, whatever. We're hearing it from the technical director as well. This is so important, not only for us as fans, because we can all get on board with what they're saying because they're all saying the same thing, but also for the players. Because imagine you're a player and your manager is saying a certain philosophy of we need to think like this, and then your CEO, Richard Arnold or Ed Woodward, and your technical director, whoever it was at the time, are all saying different things. Like, imagine like the manager saying, just focus on the game tomorrow, and then the CEO is saying, we need to get in the Champions League. We need to get in the Champions League. Like, it's impossible for the players to all focus on one thing. Whereas if the message is the same with absolutely every single person in the club of we're just focusing on this game, we're just focusing on this game, we're just focusing on this game, then there's no room for them to go away with their thoughts or anything like this. Like they have no choice but to stay focused. So yeah, I'm really happy seeing that Wilcox is reiterating what Ruben Amorim has already pushed as well. It was really crazy. We waited that long for Ashworth to come in and he was gone within 6 months. I know. Also, it didn't look good, obviously, on Sir Jim's part because sacking a bunch of people and then you've had to pay, like, I think it was like 3 million or something in compensation to Dan Ashworth. So, yeah, not ideal. Not ideal. Not a good look for Sir Jim and Ineos. And you could see why people were beginning to melt down because it was like, yeah, it was like sacking Ten Hag, sacking Ashworth. That's a lot of compensation going out all in the span of like 3-4 months. Also, I watched the fans' reaction from Liverpool fans against Crystal Palace an unhealthy amount of times. Yeah, I honestly think I'm still confused by that Liverpool game against Crystal Palace because I think Schlott wanted to lose. If you look at the lineup he put out and the squad, it didn't make any sense. He didn't even try and win. I honestly don't think he tried to win. Okay, what else do we have? And this is the big one. This is the big one from the Jason Wilcox interview. Jason Wilcox confirms that Manchester United will invest further into the playing squad. We know what we need to do. We know there are things to improve in the team to regularly compete for the Premier League and the Champions League. We need to invest in the team and recruit the right players, talented players who can also handle the pressure and help the team progress. They must have the right character and bring something different to the team. Okay, so that means if we need someone to bring something different to Diogo Dalot, then we are going to be signing a good player. Well done, guys. We got him. Okay. So essentially he's saying here, we are going to invest more into the squad, and he knows that the squad aren't fit to challenge for Premier Leagues and Champions Leagues every year. Like, he knows that we need more, so it's good to hear that we are going to invest in the team. He doesn't really give a timeline, so we don't know if that's going to be in January or the summer. I'd imagine if we're in a healthy position come January, we will get more investment because they'll want to nail down that Champions League place. But the right character is also, again, like something that's just been missed for so many years at Manchester United. People at the club have just looked at names instead of characters, and it's good to see that they're actually prioritizing the right things these days. Brian Mbuemo has been nominated for the Premier League Player of the Month award. Surely he's going to win it. Surely Mbuemo is going to win Premier League Player of the Month. I mean, what is it? 3 goals and an assist in 3 games? I think he's got it in the bag. Yeah, 3 goals, 1 assist. Jason Wilcox also came out speaking on the Nottingham Forest match on Saturday. There will be a preview out for that tomorrow. Preparations are going well. The players came in on Sunday to do their recovery. Monday they took the day off, and now they are spending the time preparing for the game, understanding what we are going to get at Nottingham Forest, how they play. It's obviously a new manager, so it's slightly difficult to assess what they have done previously, but ultimately they have got good players. The home crowd will get behind them, and it's important that we go there, we compete in the early stages of the game, and then we'll see what we get. Ruben Amorim, also nominated for the Premier League Manager of the Month award, undefeated in October. And Lisandro Martinez has returned to full training with the squad. Good to see Leacher back. The Butcher is here. Honestly, with Martinez over Luke Shaw and having Luke Shaw as a backup, maybe even playing Luke Shaw. Oh, can we play him left wing back? I feel like prime Luke Shaw would have actually been good at left wing back, but I feel like Luke Shaw nowadays probably going to break his hip if we play him at left wing back. So Shaw will probably be benched, and Martinez will take over when he's back to full fitness. I think that will be a big boost as well. Ruben Amorim admits Manchester United will suffer and struggle without Mbuemo and Ahmad during AFCON. It's going to be an opportunity. When I watch the training, there are players that should be playing who are not playing. Okay. So Ruben Amorim could be lying to us and saying that the players around the periphery of the squad aren't as good as they actually are, or he's saying that okay, a lot of players should be playing in the squad right now, but they're just not because of competition. So I think he's surely got to be talking about like Mainu and Xerxes maybe there. Ruben Amorim also provided an update on Lisandro Martinez, saying he wants to go to this one, Forest. He is not going to this one. It is going to take time. So yeah, goes to show the mentality of a Butcher. He just wants to get back, wants to get involved, but Amorim is protecting his guy. Again, he's saying that other players have opportunities because they should be playing right now, but they're just not beating Mbuemo and Ahmad. Probably talking about Mazraoui as well, but wait, Mazraoui's going to be going away in AFCON, so maybe not. Okay, that's AFCON again. Ruben Amorim on Sean Dyche's claims last season that he could have won more games with his team playing a 4-4-2. First of all, maybe it's true. If we play 4-4-2, we win more. But I always said that I have a way of playing, but it's going to take a while. I can look at Sean Dyche as a manager and as a pundit. If you are a pundit and you don't say very strong things, I don't want to watch you. I am the same. So Amorim, again, just beautiful scenes here, because Amorim is pretty much using his emotional intelligence to break down Sean Dyche's comments, and all of a sudden Amorim's reframed it to, if you are a pundit and you don't say strong things, I don't want to watch you. So Amorim's literally reframed Sean Dyche's comments to, he's just saying things to get attention, and that's the aim of the game as a pundit. I understand that's why he's doing it. He doesn't actually think it. So yeah, it's it's very interesting from Amorim. He's an incredibly intelligent and well-spoken guy. Koulibaly also randomly came out and said that Napoli turned down an £88 million offer from Manchester United in 2018 for him, which probably led to us signing Maguire instead, which is quite an interesting story. That got turned down, so we ended up spending 80 mil on Big Mags. And Matt Cunha and his family celebrating Halloween. Hope you guys are all having a good Halloween as well. Spooky season is among us, but those are all the updates for today, my people. Hope you all have a delightful Halloween tomorrow. Again, I am going to be posting a video for the preview, for a match preview on Nottingham Forest tomorrow morning. So please make sure you watch out for that. If you are new to the channel, we do go live pretty much every single day where we're not posting a video. So please do subscribe for more honestly biased sports content. But for now, have a delightful evening and Godspeed.